being, we do get fed up in relationships. And you know how they say when a woman's fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. And in some cases you can't. But I know I'm not only just thinking about that as a woman being fed up, men can get fed up too.
Drop the beat now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marriage Can Heal podcast with your host, Tara.
And Pedro.
We're so happy to have you guys with us today. Oh, gosh.
Just making a little bit of noise. So she's like, why don't you be quiet? I'm like, I'm trying to be quiet.
You're doing too much.
I'm not doing too much. I'm trying to just make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, we are. We good today.
No, I don't know.
We good today.
We may need a reboot of our marriage. The way you acting. Sure.
Reboot.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us.
That's
we are
right.
back.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing season 3, episode
20. That's right. Today.
This is the last episode of this season.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be coming back next week with a new season.
That's right. And today's topic is fed up spouse.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay, I'm just saying, and that's what we're feeding off of with other topics as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's a multitude of topics.
Yes.
But a fed up spouse with different topics. We're gonna talk about boundaries. Do you like your spouse? And should a woman lead in a sexual in sex?
Intimacy,
pretty much.
Yeah.
In intimacy. In sex.
Yeah.
Intimacy. Okay. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm happy to be back.
You happy to be back?
I am. And
I'm surprised you're so wide awake.
Because you know what? I'm excited about doing the podcast. I think we have been on a much needed break. However, we just been busy doing other things. When the summertime come, you have so much going on and you just trying to balance with your family, work, activities, and different things that you have to do. And everything just sometimes seems to just crowd you. And I think sometimes you just fall back on some things. And I think the podcast kind of got a little neglected, but that's okay.
Because I don't necessarily think we got neglected. I think we just we was in London one weekend.
Mm-hmm.
2 weekends.
Yeah.
Right. 2 weekends almost in a row.
Yeah.
So we had to you have to sing with Pastor Ray.
Yeah.
And then I had to do talking point.
And mind you, we 4 hours away from London. So it's quite a little trip.
Right. So we went one time to sing with Pastor Ray. Then we went again. You went to do a choir thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then practice for another thing coming up in September for Generation X.
Right.
I can say that because it's been advertised to come out in the first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the London area, look up Generation X. They're going to be having a wonderful program. It's going to be an all-day program on September 2nd, I believe.
Yes.
That's Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a wonderful program for everybody. We're going to have music. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have singers, preachers. We're going to have a wonderful time. So
it's a good worship time.
It's a good worship time. Yeah. Generation X.
Yeah.
September 2nd. So just look that up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get more details for next week. We can bring it up over the next couple of weeks to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you was getting ready for that. So we was just busy. Then I was just busted because work has been, because I'm taking the last week of July into August off, into the first week of August. Because last year I took 2 weeks off in a row. I hated it. It was too long to be off. I was going crazy. And I said, this year I'm going to split it up. So I took the last week of July when the kids get out of school and be off that week and a half when they get out of school, and then go back to work, and then take the last week of August before they go back to school off.
Right.
So a little different mindset this time. Spend some time with the kids and stuff.
Right.
Wow. And we have a special guest that's coming in July.
Yeah.
And we'll be sure to announce that when that time comes.
Yeah.
Happy to see her when she gets here.
Right. And also the journey for me and my husband and we have been on our workout journey. And
I kind of neglected it last week because
that's
I
okay,
was so tired.
that's okay, honey. Because you're gonna get back on the ball again. The
I was
point
supposed to
is,
go. I was supposed to go this evening before the Sabbath ended, but
yeah, I wanted to do a podcast. However, we can always jump back on the wagon. It's just the thing is, don't stay off the wagon. You know what I'm saying? To get back on and to start again. So that's the main thing about doing your weight loss journey. And I think this is important for us. Not only we just doing it just to do it, we're doing it for our health, we're doing it for ourselves,
and we're doing it together.
That's right. And we're doing it
because
for
you
our
want to do
children.
it together.
Well, a family that prays together, stays together, exercise together, work out together, look good together. I'm just saying it all work together and for the good of those who love Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying it's just, I'm excited about our journey and what God is doing. And I think that a couple that can grow together mentally, physically, and, trying to make themselves healthy together is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of couples do it and some couples don't, but I think it's a way for us to also connect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On that subject too, about connection.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell you I was gonna do this, but I'm wearing a Marriage Can Heal podcast t-shirt. My wife is wearing He Is Grace, There Is No One Like the Father t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to kind of promote on the radio and also on our podcast.
Yeah.
That we have an Etsy store.
Right. My newly made t-shirt business.
Yes, PSKG Designs.
That's right.
If
we
you
do have
look
a
it
website
up,
and I will put it in the description box on YouTube for you guys, and you can go click on there. I'm just getting started, so it's not as advanced as a lot of other places, but however, this is a small business, Black owned, and
why has to say Black owned? We're Black
because I said what I said.
But we're Black. They know we're Black.
And anyway,
unless they're on the radio, they don't know what we look like. Okay, but I'm pretty sure we sound Black.
So
we don't sound white. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So,
whatever.
Anywho. We started our t-shirt business and I'm really happy about it. And I really pray that God it start picking up a little bit more. But in time, all good things happen in time. But I am dedicated to, having quality work done on t-shirts. So if that's something that you're interested in and you want to help out a small business like ourselves, PSKG Designs, hey, hit us up. And like I said, the information will be in the box, in the description box on YouTube.
And if you have any other questions, you can always just email us at the Marriage Can Heal podcast. I'm sorry.
That's
at the
right.
Marriage Can Heal podcast at gmail.com.
That's right.
And we can send you the details that way.
That's right. That's
right.
Yeah, and I do
have
my information also on Facebook and stuff like that if you're my friend on there.
Or if you're on the Marriage Can Heal podcast.
That's right.
Facebook, which we do have a Marriage Can Heal podcast on Facebook. We never said that before, but we do have a page, Marriage Can Heal podcast on Facebook.
Yes, we do. You can look us up on.
You can look us up. You can hit us up on Messenger, all that. We're very well socially active in that way. That when you hit us up, so please,
all the
support
Instagram,
support a brother and a sister.
That's right.
We ain't trying to get rich. We just trying to do a little something extra. Todd want to do something different, so. We gotta support the sister.
That's right. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no problem. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get right into it. Oh, actually, one last thing. Because I gotta say this. I'm so proud. The people in the UK would know what this means. I don't know if people in the US will understand this, but this week we have been told that our son will be a head boy for year 11 starting next year.
Yes.
And he's so excited.
Time. Yeah.
Head boy here in the UK, for those in the US, is like class president. Kind of, yeah.
Is it like the valedictorian?
No, the valedictorian is one person.
Oh, one person.
So yeah, it's more like the class president. It's like, they're head of the whole year.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Pijo has been elected the head boy. He went in just to do head prefect.
Right.
And they interviewed him and then they said, you know what? We think you'd be better off doing head boy. So he ended up accepting it because at first he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Because his best friend wanted it too. So he was a little conflicted. But
he was.
After talking to his friend and talking to us, he decided that he was going to do it. So we're really happy.
Well, he told me when he got home, he said, Ma, this is what happened. I was like, wow. I said, that's amazing. So he came through the door feeling happy, but sad. So kind of like what you just said. But then
I just said
I know
that.
that. But then he said, but then let me add.
You're understanding in your
Okay,
own
wait a
way.
minute. And then he said, Mom, you think God put me in this position? And I said, God don't never put us in. God always put us where he need us to be. And I said, you applied for one position, but God said, no, I'm gonna give you more, because God don't never give us more than we can't bear. And I said, God gave you that and bless you with something even more, even though you just wanted to be the head prefect. God said, okay, no, I'm gonna do a step further, because God knows how what we can handle about growing, basically. I'm sorry, I'm studying my words. But either way, he was like, you know what, Mama, you're right. He said, I am happy about it. I just don't want to disappoint my friend. And I said, it's okay. I said, because if that's your true friend, he'll come around, even though he wanted it. We don't always get what we want. God always give us what we need. So he was like, after they talked and everything was ironed out and we had a conversation, now he's happy. And one thing I am happy about is the fact that he's taken his role very seriously, because lately they had 2 strikes this week, and he went to school on both days of the strike. And while doing that, he was able to
Because they had transition days for the
yeah,
year 6 to come into year 7.
right, to
So
start.
he went to help out to adjust, to help the year 6 adjust. And because in the UK, they have transition days where they send the lower year to the higher year. So they, like Kai went to her year 5 class to meet the teacher, see the classroom, see how things work.
Yeah.
So here they kind of transition that way where they can have an idea how it's going to be next year. So this was
Which
the
I like.
transition. They picked the year, even though they were striking, some of the teachers still came to work, and they did the transition day so that year 6 can have an idea how year 7. So when they get there next year, they already kind of have an idea of the school, have an idea how everything works, have an idea of how they do things, which I think is good because it allows the kid to
feel comfortable.
I did see where I think one of the parents had wrote, because I saw it on Facebook on the school page, and the parent had wrote that the kid came home talking. He was so excited, and that he really had a hard time in school, but he was really excited about the next school year. He was happy to go back the next day. He was really excited about the whole process. So it does help children to adjust.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good thing. Yeah, make friends, have an idea who they're going to see the next year. Because I remember back in the day when I went to school, man, it was like you go to school, you don't know who you're going to see. You just just walk in like, oh wow, okay.
Right, and you're anxious, and
you're anxious.
everything
Yeah,
is
it's your first day of
on.
school. It's no transition for us, but it's pretty much getting that fire and get burnt.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think that is a good thing that they do here.
Yeah,
do that. So
yeah. But we such proud parents, and not just on my son, but our girls too. But I'm just really excited because my son is not the type of person that like to be out in the front. He like to chill out in the back, and the fact that he's in that type of light.
Well,
it's different for him.
He's trying to be a leader, which we always tell him to be a leader, don't be a follower.
That's right. And
so he's trying to be a leader, and he's trying to embrace the role. So I'm proud of him for that.
Yes.
So we have to support him in everything he does, and
that's
see
correct.
where it goes.
That's true. And he was saying how all the kids like him and gravitated to him.
That's only for now. Yeah, let's see next year.
The year 60.
Yeah, let's see next year.
Yeah, so it may still be that way.
Yeah,
But
we'll
first
see.
impressions mean everything.
Yeah,
so I think he did do that. So yay.
Cool.
Yay.
So let's get right into it then. So we're going to talk about a fed up spouse. What is a fed up spouse?
Listen.
Talking about this, we kind of just came up with this at the last minute because we was not even going to do the podcast, and then Ty was like, she called me on the phone while I'm driving home, all excited. And it was weird because I was listening to somebody today, and they were saying how their wife calls them on the phone while he's trying to drive home from work, and he's trying to decompress before he gets home, and the wife calls and wants to have a 45-minute conversation on the phone before they get home. And I'm like, babe, I'm about to be home in like an hour. I'm just calling to say, hey, I'm coming home.
Right.
But you want to start getting into a conversation. I'm like, I really don't feel like talking. But you want to talk and get my opinion. And I'm like, I don't have an opinion. I'm tired. I just want to get home and eat some dinner, and then we can talk.
And see, that's why I'm fed up. I'm fed.
Whatever. So fed up spouse. We came up with this, but it was it's amazing how my wife and I, we think alike, because she called me with this, and it was weird because my job that I do, I go to people's homes and I do drug testing. So I test people for drugs. Well, I don't test them, but I mean, I cut the samples so they can be tested for drugs.
Right.
And today I had a client that I went to do, and the weirdest conversation happened because I never know when I get there why I'm there. I just go there. They ask me, "This is what we need done." I go do it. I never know the case. I never know why. Don't know the situation. But we got to talk, and then she was like, my marriage is pretty much over. And I was like, wow, why do you think that? And she was like, my spouse is narcissist, controlling, all these things. And I was like, wow, okay. And then they was like, well, I just know that I don't want to be anymore with them. I just want to be, by myself and my children. So, the thing in me was, I was not trying to convince her to stay with him, but I was just asking questions. I said, well, look, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. I hope it's not too personal.
Right.
So I was like, have you had counseling? Have you talked to him? Have you, converse? Are you sure this is what you want? And things of that nature. And she just looked at me and she said, I'm done.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, she's fed up. And it was like, I said that to myself. She's fed up.
She didn't reach the point.
She's reached the point. And I was saying to Tara, like, as a couple, you don't communicate. And actually, a funny thing too, when I was getting insurance this week, the guy that was giving me the insurance,
right,
he asked me, I just got married, he said, a couple of months ago. What advice would you give me? You've been married 18 years. What advice would you give me?
What did you say?
I said communication. I said, that's always number one, communication.
No, baby, commit. Well, communication is.
He's already committed to his wife. He just wants to know. Yeah, you're right. But I told him communication in that sense because I didn't expect him to ask me that. So I kind of maybe, I may have dropped the ball a little bit.
No, you didn't. That was a good answer.
I said communication, always communicate, always have an open line, always talk to each other.
I guess for me, now that you said that, I would have said, how committed are you in this? Even though you married.
We talked the discussion. No, communication is number one. What if he's married to her? He's committed.
Not necessarily.
So what is he married to her for then?
People marry for all different reasons.
If he's asking, okay, let me ask you this question. If he's asking me, do I have any advice? I think that shows a sign of commitment.
Okay.
If you really think about it, if you really want to get to the technical part or the nitty gritty, he's committed because he's asking me, what should I do? So he's committed.
Right.
So I don't need.
So he's looking for ways to improve.
Yes. So he don't ask me if he's not committed. If he don't care, he's just like, yeah, I got married in February. And then he leave it at that. No, he's like, yeah, I got married. Oh, wow, you got been married 18 years? What could you tell me would help me?
Wow.
He's committed.
But you know what? That's true though. Communication is key because the breakdown of communication can really just slice up everything because you're not talking, you're not saying what really is going on or how you're feeling, you hold it back. So a lot of things is not. And
that's what I told him. I said, you need to express.
That was good, baby. I'm proud of you. That was good.
Sit down and talk. No matter if it's, something that is hard to talk about, even if you have to take a break and come back, you talk, but always communicate because communication is key because that's where most time marriages fall because nobody communicates. Communicates.
True. And I think for us, when we first got married, the communication was definitely not there.
And matter of fact, why I know communication is key? Because what was our first podcast?
Communication.
Thank you. You always try to be different. Commit.
I'm not because you know what? I was like I told you when I had listened to this other program, everybody had their different scenarios of what they think marriage is.
Exactly.
However,
we believe communication is number one.
Yes, but
of course God is number one.
Right.
But not everybody believes in God.
It's a reason why I said commit and not that communication is not number one. It's the reason I said commit. And the reason I said commit because we are spiritual people. The reason I mentioned it is because I think about how God is committed to us. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to just say this real quick.
I know.
I'm going to say this real quick. God is committed to us.
You don't say nothing quick.
And because he is committed, his love for us is how he communicates with us by showing us how how to love and how to treat each other and how to do these things and being forgiving and never giving up on us, no matter how bad we do, no matter how wrong we do, no matter how bad our sin is. He still have the door open for us no matter what. And when you think about that, it's just like having a marriage. Like, God is coming back for his bride, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, in a marriage, no matter how bad things may get and things may waver, how committed are we? How deep we are in it? Because when things get bad, communication is not going to be what's going to save it.
True.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
So if you think about how the God relationship is with us, and he never wavers.
I got you, but I say no.
No, I'm just saying.
So you have upgraded in your thought process.
Yes, I have.
Oh, no problem. But I still say communication is the key.
Yeah, but you know what? Whatever. So I was just, so I'm just saying, as I really think about it, as I have been thinking about marriage, and you know what? And I'm gonna say this morning, I was just up praying. I was reading Psalms, and it was just really touching to me, and it just really made me say, Lord, bless my marriage, bless my thinking and how I think. Because it's so easy to drift off into sin and to do things that you shouldn't be doing or thinking about. And sometimes it ain't that you actually thinking about it. You just be listening to something or watching something that cause you to maybe want to think outside of maybe what this is like. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is just to stay rooted with God and just asking God, Lord, clean my mind and my heart so I can stay connected to you and to my spouse.
You want me to respond?
No, I was just saying.
I know.
I just made my statement.
I got you.
Do that. So that's
no, you looked at me, so I said, "Did you want me to respond?"
No, I didn't.
I agree with everything you just said. So
no,
I
didn't.
I can't say nothing else to it that you just said. I'll just be repeating it again.
Right. And so being, we do get fed up in relationships, and you know how they say when a woman's fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. And in some cases you can't. But I know I'm not only just thinking about that as a woman being fed up, men can get fed up too.
Well, let me get to finish my story.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So like I was saying, so I realized because what happened was they made the comment that some men don't like to be challenged.
Yes.
And so now she's challenging him in some of the things that he's doing, and so he doesn't like it. So now she's like, yeah. So she's like, you know what? I think I just need to be by myself. And at the end, all I can say to her was, I don't condone being divorced or getting divorced, but I understand. I mean, I have been divorced before. So I do understand the concept. I do understand why people do it. Sometimes you're in a toxic relationship that is just not going to work. No matter how much communication, no matter much you talk, no matter how much you try to work it out. And that's pretty much where you become fed up, and it leads into what we was going to talk about.
Well, at the end
about being fed up.
Right. At the end of the day, both people have to want to see better in each other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I said to her, in the end, you both, if it's only one person that's trying to make it work and the other one is not, it's not going to work.
No.
You need both to work, because marriage is work.
It is.
Marriage is hard.
I ain't going to even lie and say marriage is
easy. And so you have to both want it. But if one person doesn't want it, then it's not going to work. And after a while, some people just get fed up and say, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm through. I don't want to deal with this anymore. When it becomes like your mental health or your well-being, and you feel that you're doing things. She made a comment to me. She said that she is a better mother and person when she doesn't have to deal with him than when she's by herself. And that's a telling statement, because that's saying that, she didn't say she didn't love him anymore. She just said that dealing with him, it just is too much. So she's better for her children and for herself when she don't have to deal with him.
I understand that.
So pretty much the classic thing of being fed up.
Right. Because when you're dealing with someone that's not willing to change from their ways,
And that's what she said. I asked, I said, do you think if you went and said to him, I'm done, because I don't think she's done it yet. She's in the process. Do you think he'll change? And she right away said, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
And she even said, even if he was to change, I'm still done. Because I think is at a point now that she just is just fed up.
Mm-hmm.
She just honestly is fed up. She just wants to just.
So it's gonna take a lot for her to open the door.
Yeah,
again.
It'll take a lot. Yeah,
she
that door is shut, locked. Got a couple of shutters down, maybe even a steel gate.
But you know what?
She's like Fort Knox right now. She's like, right. I'm done.
But you know what? I thought at one point that was going to be us, and then I guess, like you said, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody's
well, we was
different.
Gonna be like that, but see, you did one thing. This the thing that happened.
That's what I'm saying.
You came and we sat down and we had a conversation,
and
that's probably one of the hardest conversations we had as a couple. And you said, "Look, Pedro, this is XYZ. You need to change." And you said, "I need to change too. I'm not." It wasn't just me.
Yeah, I wasn't putting it all on you.
You didn't put it all on me. You said we need to change, but the things that you're doing to me, you need to change, because some of it was majority what I was doing. So I had to make a decision. I even told her. I told her straight up. I said, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Me and my wife, we've been through, in the 18 years, we've been through a lot too. My wife has left a couple of times. I was abusive towards my wife. I was controlling towards my wife. I was all those things towards my wife. I was, what's the word? I can never say the word.
Right.
What's the word? Narcissist towards my wife.
Yeah.
I was all of that towards my wife. And then my wife came to me one day and said, and I had to make a choice. Do I want to be with my wife and my son, or do I want to be by myself? And I had to make that decision. And so I made the decision that, well, first I went and got help. I went and talked to somebody and said, look, this is what's going on. I need help. Can you help us? And then we went and talked. Then we went and talked to somebody else. And then we started the counseling, and then we started the process.
But the one thing that's important that I know that you did that at one point you would never do is you took responsibility for your actions.
Well,
you finally said, you know what? Yes, I did.
Well, I figured by me saying
blaming.
Well, I figured by I figured by me saying that I went and asked for help meant that I was taking.
Well, yeah, because when
the person goes and asks for help, they're taking responsibility for what they've done.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just say it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Taking responsibility both ways, man or woman.
I don't like the
right, but taking responsibility for your actions is a big thing, because now you owning up to your wrong. You know what I'm saying, and what you're distributing in that relationship, your part, because everybody plays a part. You know, you got God, yourself, and then your spouse. And God is trying to keep you together, obviously. But then you got two people that's in sin, that's just not seeing things the way God wants us to see them until we start praying together, whether it's one person or both of you guys together. And that's one thing I had to do. I had to say, you know what, Lord, I know things are hard, but I know I see a different person in my husband than what he's showing me now, and even in myself. But even while I was praying for my husband, God was changing me. Yeah. He was changing me during the process. I'm praying for my marriage. I'm praying for my husband, praying for you or whatever. And God is also changing my mindset as well. And I think it's the mindset have a lot to do with how people, handle their marriage, and even your children, your mindset. Because if you raised a certain way, you're only going to think sometimes that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to think no other way until you maybe introduced to it, or maybe someone say, you ever thought about it like this? You know what I'm saying? And then maybe have you thinking. It's amazing how God put people in your life to just start that, to plant that seed.
Yeah.
I
just want to put a little input here. I just want to say, anybody listening on YouTube, if you want to just put a comment about what we're talking about, please put a comment. I think we're going to do a show one day where we're going to just go back over some of the shows we've done in the comments and talk about them. So we would love to have some feedback and some comments.
Yeah, definitely.
So that we can discuss them on the podcast. So just want to put that little in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, being fed up is just, that's a hard thing. Because how can you walk them down that ladder of saying, okay, let's see, can we get this working again? What's the first steps? The first step is go get some help. So talk to someone.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Put that part. If you didn't try all the avenues.
Oh no, you see, that's the point. Once you're fed up, it's pretty much
you're pretty much done.
The end. Yeah, it's pretty much the end. That's the point. Being a fed up spouse is once you're fed up, it's pretty much it's a wrap. Yeah. It really makes it hard to make the marriage work once you're fed up. But that's why we're talking about the things. So, like, if you have boundaries in your marriage, then you won't get to that point of being fed up. If you communicate, if you commit, as you said, communicate, have boundaries. I saw a clip the other day, actually today, and it was a weird thing and something I think we should do. I want to bring it up on the podcast. So the couple had a fight, and they were saying they had a really bad fight. So the way they healed, they went out to dinner. And during the dinner, they talked about the fight. And they came to a understanding about the fight because they don't believe in fighting. But, just like we don't believe in fighting, but we still have disagreements. We still have fights. And when I say a fight, not a physical fight, not that. But we still have where we get to a disagreement and an argument. I'm not even gonna say we don't because we do. We're human, and we're both
not gonna always agree.
We're not gonna always agree on each other. So they had and so they went out to dinner, and I was like, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But anyway, I digress. I just thought I'd bring that up.
But boundaries is also good too, in the sense of, I told you I saw this clip, right? Where this guy was on the subway and this girl called herself trying to lay on his shoulder. And he was like, I can't say all the words he said, but he was like, if you don't get up off me. She said, if you don't get up on my wife will come over here and bust your head. That's what he said. But he said something else. He said, you better get up.
You should be watching. I tell the kids don't be watching those clips.
I came across it when I was looking at marriage stuff. And then when I came across it, I laughed because I was like, wow, that's like, even if your spouse is not around you, are you still going to have boundaries for your marriage? Are you going to let people know, don't come up in my space? I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Don't roll up on me like that.
Well, that goes back to what we talked about. I'm just saying. No rings or rings.
No, but I know, but I'm saying that, but the rings is not about boundaries though.
It's a boundary.
Yeah, but
if a person has a ring, that's a boundary because you know that they're married.
Right, yeah. But we don't wear rings. So in that case, then do we need to wear rings then?
No, because I think the boundary that I have is that when people meet me, I can guarantee you, somebody meets me, they know that I'm married.
Right. Well, the first time I'll be like, I'm always talking about you. It's
not even that. I just think your aura and your attitude and the way you present yourself,
I agree with that,
gives you that. Yeah. Of that, you can tell when somebody is married.
Yeah.
And when they're not married. By the way they talk to you. By the way they're respectful towards you.
Yeah.
The way they respond to you. Because if I'm a single man and I meet a beautiful woman and I'm just like, hey baby,
going all over her.
Like that, she's like, oh, he must be single.
Yeah.
Even though I could be married. But if I'm always professional, polite, how you doing, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. No, sir. How you doing? Like that. They can tell. I guarantee you, if you talk to anybody that has met me, even when I go to these people's homes, they know that I'm married before I even say that I'm married.
Right.
Because
it's the way you carry yourself.
I carry myself like a married man. I don't carry myself like a single man.
Yeah, you're not walking around single.
I'm not right. I'm not walking in like I'm single. I'm not walking in with this bravado and stuff. I'm just being myself.
Right.
But I have that definitely demeanor of being married.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't need a ring to prove.
Right. And this girl was just gonna lay on him. She didn't even know him. That's what I'm saying. People would try.
But she didn't. Did she fall asleep?
No, she was just gonna lay on him like this. And he was like, get up off me. And I laughed so hard when I saw it. He was like, yo, he said, my wife said she'll bust your head to the white meat. And I was like, oh, I laughed so hard because I was like, ghetto but fabulous.
But see, that's the thing though. So now that's a different kind of boundary because that's a boundary of outside interference.
No,
but I'm talking about boundaries in the marriage.
I understand.
Even in a marriage, you need to have boundaries.
Is even what this is what you just said it. Even if we're not around each other, we respecting our spouse by letting people know, look, I'm taken. You know, I don't know what my allergies acting up. I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? Even though I took a pill.
So we have to. So I guess we have to do that. Would fall on a like personal space boundary.
Yeah, it's just letting it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if I'm going to the gym. Like I went to the gym recently, and you know when I'm in there, guys be looking. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's about, like you said, how you carry yourself.
Wait, you always say people don't look. Now you
that,
saying guys are looking?
But you know, people ain't blind. Well, not all of them.
No man is blind.
Right. But what I'm saying is just knowing.
I actually tell you. I be like, hey, look, like what the heck? Like,
right.
I tell you.
Yeah, but I'm
so
just
you know
saying,
exactly what I'm thinking.
Just putting it, just letting people know, you know, just through your actions, just small little things. That's what I'm saying. Just let people, even though you're not around your spouse, you letting people know, you in your mind, you know, your spouse know that they good. They ain't got to worry about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
So how about another boundary? So because I was watching at the same time, I was in another house today, and the person had TV on, and they was talking about would you let your spouse look at look at your own phone?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because some people wouldn't do that.
You want to look at my phone?
I don't need to look at your phone.
No, I'm just saying. I was just
but I don't need to look at your phone.
But what I'm saying is, if a person that got something to hide and they got something up in their phone,
no, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that's a boundary. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can look at my phone. My phone. I get home from work. Where do my phones go?
They were on the table wherever you throw them. But I'm just saying
exactly, and I walk away and leave them.
Right.
So if you want to pick it, you know the code. You can get in.
This is the thing. If you got to put your phone down, or if you got to always have it with you, and then the minute they pick up your phone and you like you're just looking like what? You're just looking weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, what's the problem? Who you texting? That you get who you talking to? You doing something?
I know. And if somebody texts me or call, I say, "Oh, look at my phone."
Right.
And even my work phone, sometimes somebody will call me, will text me, work related, and you'll be like, why did? And I'm like, oh,
wait a minute, I don't never ask you that.
No, you do. No, you do ask sometimes, like, who's this? And I say, work related. You have asked me that, Ty. But the thing about it, see, okay, matter of fact, you used to, but you know why you don't ask me now? It's because I tell you ahead of time. So like boundaries, that's one boundary. So I introduce you to my work people. Like even my manager, who's a woman, I introduce you. So if I say I'm talking to such and such, I don't want to say names, but if I'm talking to this person, you know that she's my manager, and you're like, oh, okay.
But to be honest with you, this is just my thinking. I don't care.
You should care.
I don't, because I'm not fit to sit up here.
She could be trying to take me away from you.
I'm not fit to sit up here and stress about. No, I'm not fit to sit up here and stress about what you're gonna do. You know, because at the end of the day, what you're gonna do, you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
I know that, but I'm just talking about more than the boundaries,
put myself through that. No.
But no, I still think with the boundary, you should
choose peace.
No, but the thing, I think choosing peace is also with the boundary of letting the other spouse know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, because you're being upfront. You're being upfront because you ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Point blank.
You're passing on whatever you got to me, because now my ear's itching like crazy and I can't stop it itching.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, boundaries are very important, not only just for people that's outside looking in, but for your family or whoever. You know what I'm saying? People that's trying to talk you out of being in your marriage. You just got to have boundaries to let people know. I ain't asked you for your opinion. Be careful who you ask.
Matter of fact, we had a boundary issue this week.
Really? When?
Yes, we did.
How?
We had a financial boundary issue this week.
Did we?
Yes.
What had happened?
You know what happened. So you have your account, and on your account you have you put the children's, you get these children's cards.
Yeah.
You know, you
like
can
a
get
Go Henry card or something.
Yeah, well, it's not Go Henry. It's called a kite.
It's like a Go Henry.
Right. So you get a card, put your child, and then they can have their own card so they can use it.
Yeah.
So you jumped the gun and then talked to me, and didn't put the kids on your account.
Yes.
And then came to me and I was like, okay, well, can I get on your account? Because you are on my account. And I said, can I get on your account so that I can have access to the kid's account to put money into the account? And at first she was like, yeah, no problem. But then later on came to me, and I'll be honest, when you came to me with that, my first thought was, you don't trust me. Yeah, because you know what? Because before you gotta remember something, and we're gonna sort this right now. Before I used to be on your account, but you said you made a comment to me. I think you kicked me off your account. You did it on purpose. I know you did because you said wait. I'm talking about on the podcast. That's right. That's right, because that way I know it'll keep you calm, because I don't need you getting all bent out of shape. So I figured talk about it now, get you all nice and, nice. Yeah, I don't want you to get too froggy on me, so I'm just trying to get you calm. So yeah, I think you kicked me off the account, because I remember I used to have access, and all of a sudden I didn't have access. You changed the account and all that, password, all that. You did that on purpose, because you made a comment. Yeah, I don't want you watching what I'm doing and saying, why you went here, why you bought this. So, but I wasn't.
Always used to do that.
I did not always do that.
Go to the store. You went to the store. I'm like, dang, why you got to be doing that?
No.
I don't like that.
What I said was
that's what you did. No, take responsibility for your actions.
This what happened. The notification was on there, and I had to take the notification off. I had the notification. I have like all my bank apps. I have notifications. So if anything, because I want to make sure if somebody's stealing my information or something and using my card, it notifies me right away. I didn't just do that,
Yeah,
so,
I get that.
And that's all it was. It was just a notification. That's why I knew what you was doing. And I said to you, look, I'll take the notification off.
Well,
I was willing to take the notification off, but you did not like that. So you cut me off.
I
know you did that. And you never admitted it.
I sure did.
And
I found out the truth.
And then you came and you was like, I don't know how to say this. Just say it already. Just say it already. Just woman up and say it already. All right. No, woman up and cut down the boundary and just say it already. All right. No problem. So then you felt bad. So you're like, well, maybe we could do a joint account. And no problem. We can do a joint account.
I said.
So we did a joint account, and now we have access. Now we have access to the thing. But you know what? To be fair, but wait, no, I'm finished this, because I'm gonna say, I did feel hurt that you went that way about it.
I'm sorry.
But at the same token,
I'm not sorry.
No, I don't care. That's fine. I don't need your apology.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. I understood where you was coming from. I understood that you wanted to have your own account. I understood that. But I just didn't like the way you went about it.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Because you was not honest, nor did you communicate to me.
Okay, so what
was really going on?
That's true. This is what had happened. I was in the shower and I was talking to God, and I said, God, you know what?
Oh, Lord. Why in the shower?
Yes, I was. I was talking to him. I talk to him all the time. So I was telling him, I said, Lord, I feel this some way about it. And so he impressed on me to say something to you, but I didn't know how to come to you with words. So I felt like Moses. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't
you struck the rock with a stick.
I didn't have an errand.
Yeah, you struck me like with your stick, like I was a rock.
Okay, anyway, so the point is, I end up telling you. And then I had said, you know what? Because for me, I just felt like it's important for each married person to have their own personal account.
And I'm okay with that.
And then have a joint account together.
But there's a thing, even on my personal account, you have access to them.
That's to access and
but that's all I wanted.
Okay, but you have access to it.
I don't have access to your account anymore, because as soon as you said I deleted it.
Hold on.
I deleted it.
Wait a minute. I gave you the password. I gave you all of that.
I deleted it.
I gave you the password.
I don't need your account information.
No, I'm just saying I gave it.
We having a joint account now. I don't need that information.
Anyway.
I deleted it because my whole thought process was just to have access for the kids.
Okay.
Not you. The kids.
Okay.
But now that we have taken the kids off of your account and put them onto their joint account, I'm okay.
Okay.
So it's cool.
You know what? To be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie.
This is a funny. This is a thing.
I did feel some way about.
And this is the thing. Wait. And this is. I want to explain to everybody. This the reason why this is this way. Is because here in the UK, Tara didn't have her resident card right away because she's American. So we had to get all that, raise that money, which was that was rough. Visa, got the money, get the visa, blah, blah, blah. And so I always had all the accounts in my name because she couldn't be on the accounts because you didn't have the proper information.
Yeah.
So now that you have the proper information, you've been open up your account. But so I don't want people to think, because I don't want people to think that I've been controlling the accounts all this time. But at the same token, even though all the accounts was in my name, I've always given you access to all the accounts, passwords.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up.
I've always given you access. The cards.
Yes, you have.
You have the cards on your phone.
Yes, you have.
You have all. Don't do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the account that I have in America, you have a full access to. I don't even use my American account.
Excuse me. Something happened with you. Something happened where you couldn't get it onto your phone. You lost it on your phone.
I did.
I think it updated.
Get it back on there.
Well, you never came back. We can sign up to Apple Store and put it back on your phone and then sign up to it again.
Okay, so anyway, what I'm saying to you, babe,
I've always said that.
That's true.
You don't. I'm too busy to always try to fix things.
Okay, but you
can fix some things.
Okay, but this is the situation. The situation is, that we here now. Right, we have the joint accounts now, and we have our own personal account because everybody want to feel some type of independency in their relationship. Nobody want to feel like they have to.
By the way, you went to open a PayPal
umbrella.
account on your own.
Who? Yeah, it's my PayPal account.
Yeah, but I didn't say nothing to you when you said it. When you did it.
No.
Thank you. That's all I have to say. Boundaries, baby. Boundaries. That's all I got. Come on. Hey. So I just want to point that out. You was like, oh, open up a PayPal. I was like, okay. Yeah. Even though we have a PayPal.
And guess what? What's the thing that I did? I communicated.
Whatever.
Okay, then.
You communicated after the fact.
No, that's a lie. Yes, I did. Exactly. But the point is, I'm
gonna go open up my own PayPal account.
Well, then do what you got to do.
My own personal PayPal.
Whatever.
We had because the PayPal was a joint actually with both of us.
No, the PayPal was a business one.
It's not a business. It's the podcast.
Okay, so business one.
This is not a business. It's a podcast.
It's our business.
Okay, but like I said, you opened it up. I didn't say two words to you. I was just like, okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But then that's so along with the boundaries, we talked about this before. I remember we had a conversation where you came to me and you say, PJ, I really don't like where we out. And you tell people you don't like me.
You used to do that all the time.
I know. And since then, have I done it?
No. After I sat down and actually told you how I
Well, you told me on the podcast, so you can't tell me that I can't stuff to you on the podcast. So
yeah, I know, but then we had a discussion after the fact.
No, we more had the discussion on the podcast. Yeah, so that's okay.
But still, after the fact, we talked again.
Yeah.
And I was just
we did. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was telling you how. Whatever.
I don't remember everything we talk about.
I was certainly selective memory. I was just telling you how much I just didn't like how it made me feel.
I understand that.
It made me feel like, how could you not like me, but then you love me? You have to love me and like me at the same time.
So yeah, I probably have changed my position on that somewhat.
Yeah.
I understood what I mean. I know where I was going with it. But I was more talking about I don't like the things that you and I said
certain things that I do.
The things that you do. Some of the things you do.
Likewise.
I don't like that. That's why I don't like you. But I do like you because I have to like you in order to love you. I understand that, and I admit that. Yeah.
I
do have to like you. I have to like to be around you because just like what I was saying earlier,
because I thought we
the lady just don't like her husband anymore. She just despises him. So you have to like somebody.
That's true because there's only so much the love is going to go. You know, love you can love somebody and still be away from them.
Exactly.
What's love got to do with
love? Exactly. What's love? Because love is not going to save. People are in this misconception in a marriage. Love is not going to save your marriage.
You know what I just thought about love? When people say they love someone, you know what that's built on? Sex, lust.
What are you talking about? What? Say that again, because I misunderstood what you just said.
When someone say they love someone, right, and they get into a relationship.
How you talking about lust? Lust is not part of sex. I mean, love.
Yes, it is, because lust can make you think you love someone.
But that's not. You just said, babe. Repeat what you just said.
I said love is built on sex, lust. Right?
Love is not built on lust. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
Love doesn't boast, which says in the Bible.
No, you just said love is based on lust. Okay. No, we had this discussion the other day.
What I'm saying, okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Sorry. So what I'm saying is sometimes you can think you love someone, but you really lusted after them.
Exactly. That's a conversation.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
That's a conversation we had.
It's not really, because that's what I'm saying. So you sometimes when you enter into marriage, you think you loving this person that you're about to marry, but you actually in love with their bodies and what they can give you at that time. You're not really in love with them.
Yeah, because you're lusting.
Because you're like, oh, I love him so much. Oh, I love her so much.
But that has nothing to do with love.
This is where it can get clouded, because if you're going into a marriage and you already had sex before you get married, then you're not giving love the opportunity to grow. That love is actually is interrupted with the lust.
Yeah, and that's why lust is not good.
That's why you shouldn't have sex before you actually marry someone.
That's true.
But
it doesn't always happen.
It doesn't. Majority of the time, people having
didn't
sex
happen with us.
They testing the water. I was a test the water girl, which was wrong. But
it was not test. Which was not test the water girl.
I was a test the water girl. I wanted
to know. How
you
test the water girl?
Because I gave it up.
Well, this is the thing. We talked about this.
Wait a minute.
Wait. I know, but we talked about this, right? And we said that when we met each other, that because you said that your previous experiences, because this is what we was talking about with sex, and you said your previous experiences you did not enjoy, but when you met me, it was different. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when I met you, I said the same thing. It was like, it was just different. We just connected.
Yes.
And we actually connected. And I'm not what's the word? I'm not saying that this is the way to go. But we connected besides just sexual. We connected
talking to each other.
Mm. We didn't really connect spiritually right away, but we connected more physical and more talking to each other.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, so we was on the phone a lot.
Right. We was on the phone a lot, talking to each other, right? And then we also saw each other a lot.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying in the sense of, that's what I'm saying to you. And I think even for us, we had a lustful moment in our marriage.
Oh, we definitely had a lustful.
It was just lust. You know what I'm saying?
It was like rabbits.
Yes.
We was like jackrabbits.
But then as time went on, I was trying to figure out what love was. So the love never had the chance to grow.
We had to make it grow.
That's what I'm saying. So,
lust is not a part of love.
That's what I'm saying. That's why some marriages be in trouble right away, because they think they in love, but they not.
So it's based on a lie.
It is, because you're not really in love with that person. You don't know that person. You think you know that person because you didn't have their bodies.
So what you're saying is that we actually, I can actually say this. I think we did love each other, but we may have lusted in the beginning of our marriage.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
Because we was lusting before we even got married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time we got married and got into the real of what we was in,
what we needed, that's when you was like, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for.
Right.
And that's why some people get divorced.
So where is the love?
Yeah.
What was the love?
Oh, matter of fact, funny thing, I was talking to a guy the other day. No lie. I was talking to a guy the other day. Mm-hmm. He said, this is why I don't believe in big marriages and having all the big boom 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 and all that. Mm-hmm. Father paid $100,000 for the wedding.
Shut up.
And the husband and the wife, his son or whatever, the husband and wife got married. Mm-hmm. Within 36 hours, they were divorced.
What happened?
She wanted to go home to her mom, and so she left and never came back.
Oh my gosh! Why? I mean, like,
the father
what
and dude paid $100,000. That was it. Dude paid $100,000. She didn't want to go. She didn't want. They, spent the night at the hotel, and then he wanted to go home, and she was like, "I don't want to go home. I want to go to my mom's." Went to the mom's, never came back.
She started writing on the wall.
I don't know what happened, but I know it was more about he spent $100,000, and like within 36 hours, wedding was kaput, was divorce. That's why I don't believe in spending. That's why I say courtroom weddings work good for me, baby.
That's why we got married up in the courthouse.
$25, baby. How much do you pay? $25 money order?
So like that, yeah.
25, 27, something like that. $25 money order, 18 years of.
And then we went to work after we
got
married.
You went to work. I know you went to work. I went to sleep.
Oh my god.
Because I had worked the night before. So I had worked that night.
But that's the scary thing, get into relationships, get into marriage, you thinking you in love. So imagine if we never would have had sex. Maybe we would have had an opportunity to get to know each other before we physically gave ourselves to each other.
Maybe we may not even got together.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm just messing.
That's not true. Because
I'd be like, this chick crazy.
No, the reason I said no. Listen, Pedro, stop playing so much. The reason I'm saying it is because when we was talking on the phone, as I'm remembering thinking about how it was, as we was talking on the phone, we was really getting to know each other on just talking, liking the conversation, liking your personality. You making me laugh, I making you laugh. We had a lot in common, so we was getting to know each other. I think the love could have built if we would have continued to stay in that mindset of just talking, getting to know each other. Even if we went out for dinner, just keep it clean.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But guess what?
Wait.
I know I'm not
but
trying
you
to cut you
me
off. No,
off.
I'm not. I don't mean to cut you off, but the reason why I'm cutting you off is this
Rude.
reason. I'm not being rude. The reason why I'm cutting you off because we're running out of time. That's number one. Number two, I was actually just cutting you off because I wanted to just say something. The weird thing is that we always talk about this, how God allowed things to happen. And I think God allowed that to happen between us so that we can be who we are today.
Yeah, well, definitely.
So even though we may have started this marriage off on the wrong foot, through God's grace, we have right in the way of our marriage, so that we can talk to people, so we can do this podcast, so we can, we can talk to people that contact us, and we can give, because we're not counselors, but we do talk to a couple other couples and stuff, and we can, just give honest transparency on the things that we did and how we fixed it.
Right.
Because in marriages, I think the way we went about doing it, I think a lot of marriages do it that way.
Because if you really
think, I really think a lot of marriages do it that way. I think a lot of marriages go the wrong way. They don't go the right way.
Right. That's what I was just saying to you. Imagine if we would have actually, just kept talking to each other and just getting to know each other that way. Things probably would have, went in a different way. But anyway, like you said, everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
But if you out there and somebody listening to this and you about to get married or you dating or whatever, you're thinking about it or whatever.
I feel like we said this before.
Yeah. So deja vu type of thing.
Deja vu.
Yeah. So but seriously, if you're really thinking about this, really think about what I just said about that. Before you give your body to someone, before you physically get emotionally connected to someone in a sexual way, please, don't. You know what I'm saying? Try to connect with them in another way, in the sense of just talking to them, getting to know them, spending time with them. You can still go out to lunch, you can still do those things, but don't physically give yourself to the person, because it really would cloud your judgment and your thinking on what you think it is.
Well,
and you won't be able to see a person for who they really are.
Well, we got much time. We got so much more to unpack with that statement.
I know. Oh my gosh. Another podcast.
We got to do another podcast.
Part 2.
To do that, part 2, yeah. But
we can't even do this last topic because it's gonna be too long.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another part.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm just listening to you. And I was gonna say, and don't read no books on, I just want to say that, just I don't know if anybody's gonna catch that one, but anyway.
Read no books. I'm sorry, make yourself clear.
There's some person I got a book and do the 90-day rule thing and all that, Remember the book? Steve Harvey's book.
Oh, you talking about what?
Yeah, that's my point. Like, you don't need a book like that to think. You can by just doing it yourself. You can just don't give yourself right away. Get to know the person. Get counseling.
Pedro, if we don't say do it yourself, because when we did it ourselves, we did it wrong.
When I mean do it yourself, I'm talking about what we just said.
Yeah.
You said to not give to give your body to, don't give your body till you get married.
Yeah, because of course you're gonna be probably attracted to someone, because I was attracted to Pedro, and when I saw him, I ain't gonna even lie, I was like, ooh, type of thing. Like, and so it was a sexual attraction as well.
You're attracted to my car.
So I wasn't
that Infiniti J30, baby.
Material things don't never get me up, so don't even go there. So I was attracted to you because you were attractive. So when I saw you, I was like, oh, whoa, and I saw you like, oh, he's like someone I could probably be with, if that makes sense, so yes, I
but your mindset was different then.
Yes, my mindset was different. That's why mindset is important.
I know, but I'm saying, so your mindset, that's what I was saying, you can, if your mindset is that of that, you don't need to consummate, you should consummate after marriage.
Yeah.
But get to know the person first. That's what I'm saying. That's why you could do that part yourself with God's help.
That's true.
Obviously, God's help. And do it where you say, look, I like you. I want to get to know you, but we need to get to know each other on a spiritual level. We need to get to know each other on a a compatible level. We need to get to know each other on what our likes, our boundaries, our dislikes, our likes, set boundaries right off the back when you meet somebody. This is what I accept. This is what I won't accept. Set boundaries and have an understanding and make sure he understands, make sure she understands, and then go with that and say, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
This is not what we're going to do.
Right.
You know, and then don't put yourself in situations where you're going to fail.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, don't put yourself in a romantic, setting, by yourself, on the beach, with candlelights.
Because the only thing, when things go wrong, you're going to be so hurt because you have now consummated something that you're not even married to the person yet. And now you more hurt. You'll just,
then, like you said,
things don't work out. And
that's
now
why
you're
we're going to
depressed.
have a part 2 because we got so much to unpack with that.
We do. Okay, guys. Okay, this is good. This is really good.
Okay.
So when we come back on part 2, we're gonna talk about the
which we didn't even talk about.
Right,
should a woman lead sexual in a marriage?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, and we probably still dip in a little bit on the boundaries.
And also still the liking, and we're gonna talk about some more, and even being just a fed up spouse. So we're definitely gonna have a part 2. So please tune in.
Watch out for that one.
It won't be next week.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have a couple, a guest, Oliver and Denise. What's their last name again?
Marcel.
Marcel, right? I forgot it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. And we're gonna have them next week. Great dynamic couple that's gonna come on. They do a relationship at night on Facebook Live under Oliver and Marcel. They also have relationship at night or relationship at work. Something like that on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have that couple on next week.
So
they're
guys,
based in the US.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have them on. So we're looking forward to that. We're really excited about that.
So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like and share with other people. And please leave a comment. And we need you to do that for us.
Yes, please.
Because we're trying to grow over here in this area of the woods.
That's right.
Okay.
And we have some thought processes that we want to try to go forward with, but we can't do it without your help.
That's right.
So help out as Tara said, help out a small business, help out a little black business, try to just dip their toe in the pond.
And our main goal here is to be able to help,
educate and just to
help people
to talk to people,
looking for help in their marriage.
We're not looking for anything else but just to help people.
Yeah, we want to help
like
you.
We was
and
helped.
You help us help you, and you help us help us. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that.
So again, if you need to contact us, you can contact us at marriagecanhealpodcast@gmail.com. We want to thank all the radio listeners on Adventist Radio London.
That's right.
We're on Adventist Radio London every Sunday at 4:00. And we want to thank everybody that's liked and subscribed or shared our podcast to their friends.
That's
our subscriber list has gone up some. So we want to thank you, but we're trying to get a little higher.
That's right.
We're about to have over 150.
Yeah, we're 150.
But I would love to get to 200.
We definitely
at some point.
Guys.
I would love to get to
help
200.
us get there. Help us get there.
Help us get to 200. Share with somebody. Share with your friend, family, even your enemy.
That's right.
And just let them see and let them hear and then let them make the decision. Not everybody's gonna like us. We understand that, but that's cool because God loves us and we love each other.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you feel inclined, you can go to # Marriage Can Heal 2 on Cash App.
That's right.
Or you can go to PayPal at Goddard's Ministry, and you can help us to grow as we're trying to grow and do some more things. Like I said, we have some things in the work that we're trying to do. So we want to thank you all for joining us.
That's right.
My name is Pedro.
My name is Tara.
And this is the Marriage Can Heal podcast.
Blessings, guys.
Peace.